it going? My name is Brandi Zuger, and I am Crown Princess with the Dominion Brandi's Boss Babes. And I just wanted to talk with you girls a little bit about getting started and week one of this SeneGence lip gig journey. Because I'm assuming you probably got all signed up, submitted your payment for your distributor sign-up fee, and then maybe kind of felt like, what next? Like, where do I go? What am I supposed to do? Possibly even the fear of like, what did I just do, right? We all have those fears, and that's totally natural. But I just want to give you girls a few tips in what you can be doing in that first week after you get signed up. I came up with really 7 basic things that are kind of this 7-thing checklist that you can start doing that's going to grow your business, get you headed in the right direction, get you selling, have product in your hands, all the things you need to do to just get moving. And actually, number 1 on my list is just that. Get moving. So don't wait, don't sit around. I think we can all hit that submit button as soon as we go ahead and click to be distributors, and then we sit back and we're going, I don't know what to do, right? And of course you don't. How could you know what to do? But there's a lot of great resources out there. Not only your upline, who you signed up under, is going to be amazing for a resource for you, but the team you joined on to, we have a great Sena sisterhood of women that are going to be surrounding you from all different walks of life and dominions that will love to help you out too, as well as, you guys, your back office, right? So right when you go to log on, you go to SeneGence.com and you get logged on as a distributor, and then you're going to get an email, and that email is going to give you your logon information for the back office. When you go to SeneGence.com and you click in sign in as a distributor, you're going to be taken to what we call the back office of the website. You guys, it's a plethora of information. We do a lot of training on social media, whether you search YouTube videos or in Facebook groups. Those are great locations to get a lot of really good information. But at the end of the day, everything you need is in the back office of the website. So don't feel like you need to wait for someone to give you all of the next steps. I want to encourage you to go ahead and start digging yourself. Start looking around. Maybe you don't even know what you're looking for. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Click on every page. Just look around and see what's going on, and that way you can start learning more information as you go. It's a really great tool to be right there in the back office. So that's number 1. So just get started looking around. You just want to be seeing what's out there and getting some of that knowledge. I encourage you to go out and seek answers for yourself. So again, this just goes back to, don't wait and just be sitting around, waiting to ask somebody else all of your questions. Go ahead, and if you've got some questions, I want to encourage you. We're all resources. If I'm your upline, or if you've got another upline on the team, or perhaps another upline in the other dominion, your upline is really a helpful resource, and I do hope that you go to them with questions. But I want to encourage you to do some of that research yourself first. So say you're sitting at home and you're going, oh my gosh, I want to place an order. I'm just curious, what's the best way to go about that? Or maybe what color should I order? You're curious about, what color should I order? Which we're going to talk a little bit more about in a second. Rather than just getting on quick and messaging your upline, hey, just wondering, what are the best colors to order? I want to encourage you to get on those Facebook groups that you've been added to, or social media, or even Pinterest or Google, and search top 10 lip sense colors. You're going to find the answers right then and there. And that just takes you and turns you into your own resource, which is a great way to move forward. Then as you have questions, you're going to be a problem solver yourself, which in the long run, as you grow your team, is going to be amazing, because you're going to help problem solve for others, which is a wonderful tool to have in your back pocket. So I encourage you to do that. Like I said, your upline is still a great resource. Things that you can do as well is if you seek the answer for yourself. So say you're wondering about a demo setup. Maybe you've never done a demo before. You're going to be doing your first demo, and you're wondering about like setups for a party or a demo. How am I supposed to do that? Go out and do your own research, and then go to your upline. Then go to your upline and take that information you found and say, hey, I'm getting ready to do my first party. I'm super excited. here's some of the information I found. Here's what I think I might do with that. Here's what I like. Here's what I don't like. Can you help me see? Is there anything that I'm missing? Is there more that I should be doing? What else do I need? That way it shows your upline you're willing to go and do the work for yourself. You found that information yourself, and then they can help you a little bit better. It's not just, hey, I want to do a party. What do I need? That's a really big question. And a lot of uplines, they have a lot going on. So help yourself, help your upline. I would just totally want to encourage you to do that. The other cool thing is when you go and find the resources yourself, you're actually more likely to remember and retain that information. So instead of just having somebody, vomit that information right on top, so you're just trying to soak it up from someone else, when you go out and learn it yourself, you're going to retain that. And then again, when you grow your team, you're going to be more helpful for your team as well. So that's number one. Just get going, girls. Just get going. Dive into all that information. Number two is when you get started, I want to encourage you to get that order in as soon as possible. Because like I said, when you hit submit, you likely had some fears creep in, some uncertainties, some insecurities. The longer you wait, the more likely you are to just never do something, right? So I want to encourage you, go ahead and place that first 300 PV order. So I want to be talking to you girls like you're really going to be running a business. If you're doing this for personal discount, awesome. The personal discount is amazing. You can share with some close family and friends. That's totally cool. But if you want to work this as a business, I want to encourage you to place no less than a 300 PV order. Reason being is a 300 PV order equals 40% off of that retail product value for you. That means a bigger profit margin. So if you're doing a business, you want all the money you can to come back into your pocket, right? So no less than a 300 PV order. And I want to encourage you to think about doing a 750 PV order because that is 50% off. Again, that just means more money back in your pocket, a bigger profit margin for you. And then you can really go out and sell these products and take more home to reinvest into your business. So in week one, you should definitely be placing your first order. Like I said, I encourage you to go out and do any research on your own about those colors, but here's some tidbits that I'm gonna share with you guys of what I think really works well for ordering product. Get what you're gonna wear. Right? Seems so simple. Seems like there should be like this magic formula. I think we all get a little hesitant and held up thinking, I need to order the right stuff. I need to order the stuff that's gonna sell, right? Because we wanna order product and then we wanna get rid of it. We wanna sell it. We wanna make that money. Here's the thing. People are going to buy from you what you wear, what you love, and what you share. And that's obviously what you love, right? So buy the products that you're excited about. If there's colors that you're like, oh my gosh, now that I'm signed up, I can't wait to try Kiss for a Cause, all the bright pinks. I'm so excited for all the bold colors. Order those for yourself. You of course want to get some colors in all of the different areas, but whatever you're gonna love, you're gonna share because you love it, you guys. Perfect example, persimmon, not one of our top selling colors. It's just not one of our top selling colors. If you've seen it or if you haven't seen it, when you do see it, it's like this orangey rust color in the tube. It's really not very appealing in the tube. Like you look at it in the tube and you're like, gonna put that one back, gonna go for one of the other prettier, brighter colors. I love it. I absolutely love persimmon. It's a really gorgeous sheer color. It's this rusty orange, but it's sheer enough that the natural pink of your lip comes through on a lot of women. I think it looks great on everybody. I like it on brunettes, on blondes, on light skin, on dark skin, on olive skin, all of it. So I sell a lot of persimmon. Not one of the top sellers, but I sell a lot because I love it. That's gonna hold true for you as well. But like I said, you also wanna be making sure that you're buying a few colors in each of the color groups. And by color groups, I mean, you want a few nudes, you want a few nice natural light colors. So like a pink champagne, a beige champagne, first love, apple cider. You're going to get to know all these names, by the way. So you want to get a handful of nice, light, natural colors. You want to get a few pretty pinks. You want to get a few bold colors. You want to get a few browns and a few berry colors. That way, when you've gotten all those, you're kind of across the board. You've got something in each of those areas. So that way, even if you're unable to start with a big investment, so Not all of us, you guys, when I started, I did not buy every single color out there. I think I bought 7 colors. I just didn't have the money to invest, but I kept reinvesting to grow my business. So whatever you can put in right away, just get a good spread of colors. And then as time goes on, you're going to be able to share with people. If somebody says, I really want a berry, you're like, oh, I just got started. I've only got 1 or 2 berries available, but let's try those out. And from there, I can help you decide if you want something lighter or darker, and then we'll help you pick from there. So that's what I want to encourage you girls to do when you're starting ordering. Go ahead, pick colors that you're going to love because you're going to share them and people are going to fall in love with them too. I also want to go back and explain what PV is, right? So I'm using this PV term and you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I just got started. So PV, when we talk about PV with SeneGence, that means point value. And the reason we assign a point value to all of our products is that SeneGence is in over 11 different countries right now, and we're growing constantly. So that's just going to keep expanding. Like, opportunities are endless. But because we're in all those different countries, they all have different monetary values of their products. So LipSense here doesn't cost the same as LipSense in Canada or Australia. Those dollar amounts look different for all of those different countries. But across the board, the point value of products is the same. It's great for us because point value for us is 50% of the retail price. So that's really easy for us to do the math on. So for instance, Glossy Gloss retails at $20. Therefore, the point value of that is 50% of retail, 10 points. Super, super easy. Same for LipSense, $25 retail. Half of that is 12.5 point value. So that's just something, the more you order, the more you get in the back office, you're going to start to feel really comfortable with that. But when we say point value, that's what that means. It just is an even way for us to order product and talk about the same product value across the board in all the different countries that we're in. So that's something really good for you girls to know. And like I said, you're gonna learn it more and understand it more as time goes on. So that's number 2. Go ahead, get your order in, stock up on some products. Definitely you want to get some LipSense in your cart. You of course want to make sure you have Glossy Gloss and some Oops Remover. And then if there's other products that you're excited to try, if you are dying to try tinted moisturizer or makeup or eyeshadow, get those things too. Get some things for yourself because the more you wear the product, the more you'll know and you'll be able to actually speak to that. So become a product of the product. I want to encourage you girls to do that as well. Number 3, so in week 1 of getting started with your business, number 3, I want to encourage you to think about, what do you want to call yourself? Like, what's your business name going to be? Like, what are you going to be about? It can be creative, it can be fun, it can be really simple. Do something that suits you. Also, I want you to know, you can change this down the road. Like, you really can. I don't want to encourage you to be changing it every other week. Spend some time thinking about it. Write some words down, write things that you love down. Just get kind of a brainstorming session go. You can even ask your family and friends like, hey, what are some things you think of when you think of me? What would be a good business name? It's always great to have outside input as well. But you want to have something that when you talk to people, they know how to get a hold of you. Mine is Brandi Does Beauty. So that's how I branded myself. But I'll tell you what, girls, when I started with a different name because I didn't think very much about it. Nobody really told me to like sit down and consider for the long haul. So I just copied the name. My upline was Anna's Lasting Lipstick Ladies. So I just did Brandi's Lasting Lipstick Ladies. Super creative, right? So go ahead and spend some time thinking about words, things, visuals. What do you want to be called? The other thing I would recommend is do a quick Google search and a quick Facebook search. You might decide you want to be Brandi's Gloss Girl or something like that, or the Gloss Girl, and then you get on Facebook and realize, oh, there's 20 other Gloss Girls. You might not decide you want to use that name anymore. So not that you can't use something that somebody else is doing, it's just harder for you to stand out when you say, go to Facebook, search the Gloss Girl, add yourself to your group. They're going to have a hard time at picking which one you are out of those 20 other people. So something to think about. The other thing to know when you're creating that fun name, you just don't want to have LipSense or SeneGence in the name. So I don't want my business to be Brandi's Lip Sense business or Brandi's Lip Sense and SeneGence business. You want it to be something creative without the use of Lip Sense and SeneGence, because those rights are owned by SeneGence and they claim all rights to that. So you're going to be something else. You're your own business and you want to call it something else. So that is number 3. Start thinking of a creative name. Girls, I also want to encourage you, don't get so hung up on this that you decide not to start at all. At the end of the day, like I said, you can go ahead and find the perfect name later on. Spend a couple days thinking about it, but don't let this hold you up. If you're going on week 2 and 3 and you still haven't started because you're still trying to find a name, I want to encourage you to just start with whatever came at the top of your list, because you'll never get started if you're letting that hang you up. So number 4, I want to encourage you girls to go out in your first week, and I recommend starting your own separate business bank account. The reason being, if you want to run this like a business, it's so much easier. It's so much easier when you have your family's money or your personal money separated from your business money. So you can just go into the bank that you're using and go ahead and just open a separate checking account, and that's going to be your Lips account or your SeneGence account or your business account, whatever you want to call it. And that's where you're going to do all of your fees, anything that you're ordering for your business, as well as all that money that's coming in from customers buying these great products is going to go right back into the account as well. So I want to encourage you girls to definitely think about doing that. I think in the long run, it's going to really save you the headache of trying to keep track of everything else within whatever banking account that you're currently using. The next step after that, so number 5, is I want you girls to go out and get set up with some sort of payment processing account. I think we all know long gone are the days where it was just checks and cash, right? Like nobody has cash on them anymore. People want an option to pay with a card. So you need a payment processing app. PayPal and Square are the 2 masters in those fields. Those are kind of the big things that most people are using. I've used both. I previously used PayPal. I switched to Square when I started my lips business. I'm going to recommend to use Square because I have been overly impressed with how Square works for small businesses. It works really fast. They transfer money right into your account at the end of every day. So if money goes into your Square account during the day, it will be in your bank account the next day, except for obviously weekends and holidays, just like a traditional banking. So I love, 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 love how Square has worked for me in my business. So I want to encourage you girls to do that. And there's also, if you do sign up and use Square, be aware and know there is a $1,000 in free processing link. So your upline or someone on your team that's using Square can get you this link if they're already signed up and using Square, and then that will get you and them $1,000 in free processing. The great thing about this is, as you grow your team and you continue to share that with other people, you'll keep getting more and more free processing. So at the end of the day, hopefully, you won't have to pay for processing in a really long time. So I want to encourage you girls to be asking about that. Like I said, Square has been the best resource for me. And I'll be happy to share below too my free processing link if you're like, I don't know anybody that can hook me up with this, or everybody I know uses PayPal, but I want to use Square. Then you can go ahead and use that link, and gets me free processing, gets you free processing. Way, win for everybody. But ask your upline first. Please go through them first because you want to get that benefit right from them. The other thing I want to encourage you girls to do is go ahead and link. So we started the bank account, right? You opened your bank account that's separate for your lip business. Now you've got your Square going. Link those 2 things up because that's going to take a little bit of time. So you want to get on those 2 tasks early on, so that's all taken care of. So when you start sharing and people want to start giving you money, you're able to take that and it's able to go right into your bank account. So that's number 5. All right, number 6. So we talked about getting a creative business name. The next thing you need to do in the first week is you need to start a Facebook group or a Facebook page. So you're going to take that creative business name that you've come up with for yourself and you're going to put that into a Facebook page or a Facebook group. You can do both, or you can do one or the other. I recommend, and I'm going to tell you to do both. Here's how I operate it. I do both. I have a Facebook page, and what a Facebook page is, this is actually like a business storefront. So Facebook recognizes this as a true business. To really bump up and have more people see that, they're going to want you to do the paid advertising. So it's going to be one of those where you're really going to be investing a lot of times for more of that interaction, that follow, for more people to see your page and to bring it consistently up in the eyes of others. But I think it's great to have because you always have that option. And then that's kind of a window to the world. Everybody can see your Facebook business page. What a Facebook group is, this is more of a community. So Facebook page is like your business storefront. Facebook group is your business community. What's so great about the community is it's a tighter knit group of people. And I want to encourage you to make this like a closed group. Secret is tough because then people can't search for it. But closed is good because people can search. I can say, oh, go find me. Search Brandi Does Beauty on Facebook and you'll find my group. Then they can get added into that. Whereas a public, you might end up with a lot of spammers and fishy people just adding into your group, and it's harder to track because there's no approval. If you keep it a closed group, then you can see and approve who's coming in, or people that are friends already in the group, they can invite their friends in, and you don't have to worry about so many spammers being in there and taking over your group as well. I recommend having both because you can create this really great sense of community without paying in a Facebook group. It's just all about good quality content and those pictures and images and consistency in what you're doing. But having them both gives you the option to Facebook page. You can reach out to everybody, anybody all across the world. Everybody that's out there, you have the option to get in touch with them. And then your Facebook group is your smaller, close-knit group of people. These are the people that are like, you're my customers, I love you, you're my friends, you're my acquaintances, you're people I've met at parties. It's a tighter knit group. Both really have a lot of good things about them too. I will say the other thing too, Facebook is constantly changing. So always know and be aware that things are gonna change there, but as long as you are just providing consistent, quality content, that's going to help out for people seeing you in the long run. So that's number six, set up a Facebook group. Number 7 is start sharing, all right? So you've got on, you've got started, you've done a little research, you've placed your order, you've got a bank account, you've got your Square, you've got your Facebook page with your creative business name. Now go out and tell everybody about it. I like to use the word sharing, just get out there and start sharing it, as opposed to going out and selling, because like, right, selling kind of has that icky, gross terminology to it. It just kind of feels like I'm selling to people. It sounds pushy and all of those things. Share it, girls. You don't have to be pushy. You don't have to be salesy. You don't have to sell to have a really successful business. These products do that themselves. These products sell themselves. All you need to do is start sharing it with everyone you know and showing them how it works. Once they see how it works, they're gonna fall in love with it all on their own. You're not going to have to sell them on anything. But the kicker, you have to share it first. So if you just think you're gonna do all these things we talked about, do all those other 6 steps, and then you're gonna sit back and be like, now I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for all those people to roll in and the business is gonna come right to my lap. Probably not the case, girls. Probably not how it's gonna work. You do need to do the hard work of getting out and talking to people, sharing them, wearing your stripes. This is something you should be doing as soon as you get that product in, even just if you have one color, put on those stripes so people can be asking, what is that? Have you been to Sephora? What have you been doing? And you can tell them and show them how that works. Start messaging friends, text people, call people. Just be letting them know. You don't have to say, hey girls, I am selling this product now and I wanna know if you're interested in purchasing. Hop on over to my business page so you can get your order in. That's selling. Message your friends and let them know like, all right, you might have seen this before. I had to jump on the SeneGence bandwagon. I am so excited. Once you try this stuff, it's crazy. We need to do a party. You girls need to see this. You need to see this in front of your eyes. You want to come over for drinks next week? I'm getting my stuff in. You have to try it. That's sharing. That's just like fun. Like, hey, you're my friend. Come over. We're going to play makeup. That's going to be awesome. The other things I want to encourage you to do is you've got this great Facebook page or Facebook group that you've started. Get on there yourself. Do a live video. Take selfies, share a family photo, whatever you feel comfortable in sharing. People want to see you. So if you just hop on your page and you're like, oh, I just don't know about doing selfies. I don't know about sharing my face. it's harder to connect. When you get on and you speak and you're genuine and it's from your heart and you're sharing these pictures, it's easier for people to connect with you and be like, oh my gosh, like she never wore lipstick and now she does. Or oh my gosh, she's always wearing lipstick. I've always wanted to know what she's wearing and now she's sharing it. So I encourage you to just get out there, interact. And those are my top seven tips, girls. So just to recap a little bit, it's just get going. Number one, get going, get out there, research, look in the back office, dig around. Just even if you don't know what you're looking for, just look around in the back office. That's gonna do you a world of good in the long run. Number two is get that order in. Work with your upline if you have to, but be thinking about if you want to do this as a business, the investment of at least a 300 PV order, if not a 750 PV order, is going to pay off in the long run. And I always like to think of it as, girls, like I have always had a dream of like owning my own business, right? Like I don't know, I would think a lot of people, like the idea of like making your own hours and doing your own thing and being passionate about what you do always sounded so fun. But when it came to like opening a storefront or a boutique or a sign shop or whatever, the investment with that is huge, you guys. With this, it's literally $55 to sign up. And even at the end of the day, if you place a 750 PV order, which you'll get for 50% off, that's a big order. You get that for 50% off. You're gonna end up paying $750. Let's just round that up to, out of the gates, you end up spending $1,000. I'm rounding up there. I'm making that big. That's still really cheap to start your own business. Really freaking cheap to start your own business, and then to go around and turn that right over into a profit. Most storefront businesses can't do that for at least 2 to 3 years. So just be thinking of that as well. Like, this is an investment in a business. It's not just money out of pocket. You're investing in your business. So that's number two. Go ahead and get your order. Number three, decide and be thinking about some sort of creative name. What do you want to call yourself? Number four, start yourself a business bank account. And number five, then get signed up for a processing app. I recommend Square. PayPal is another option. After you've done both those things, you want to link them together so then you can start accepting money. Number six, set up your Facebook group or page. And then number seven, start sharing. Start sharing. Tell everybody in the office, coworkers, people at home, family, Thanksgiving, all those holidays are coming up. Be sharing all of those things. I want to end on, so those are the top 7 things to get started doing. I want to end on 2 things you shouldn't do. 2 of the no-nos. So the no-nos are when you start, which is a pretty short list. Number 1, when you sign up with SeneGence and when you start selling and sharing, don't discount your products more than 15%. And that's across the board. This is a hard and fast rule with SeneGence that you cannot and should not discount your products more than 15% off. So even if it's a Black Friday special, Black Friday comes around, you're not gonna be offering 50% off. You can bundle things together and add all those products together, but still the discount should be no more than 15% off for all of those products. There's fun, creative ways to do giveaways and things like that. But when it's across the board, if you're selling a product, if you've got stock that you're like, I just want to move this, I got to get rid of this color, 15% off is the bar where it stops. Don't go over that. And what that's for, it's actually to protect you as well as other distributors. Because what happens if you become a bargain bin, if you become the dollar store of lip sense ladies, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. And yes, you might gain more customers because they're like, oh, I'm going to go to her because she's super cheap. You're going to be shooting yourself in the foot because with shipping and processing and all of those other things that you're doing for your business, you're not going to make any money. And if you want to run this as a business, I want to ask you and encourage you to have integrity and work this business within the guidelines of the rules. I mean, this is a pretty simple one. And like I said, SeneGence has it in place to protect you and make sure that you're going to run a good, successful business for the long run. The other no-no is you don't want to sell through an online shopping cart. So SeneGence, you will find, has what's called a SeneSite. So you can pay SeneGence to set up a website that has an online shopping cart where people can go through you and go through this website to place online orders. That's perfect. You can go through SeneGence to have your online shopping cart. You can't set one up. Some of you girls that are savvy with websites, you can't go ahead and just set up a Wix website or some other sort of shopping cart processing site on your own. You need to go through and do that through SeneGence, which I recommend anyways. I also want to encourage you, the more customer service and personal contact you can have with people, the better for the long run of your business. So I know it's more simple to just say, oh, cool, that's what you want. Just go to my website and get it ordered. Perfect. Let me know if you have any questions. I know that's easier for you, but it feels kind of like a kick in the gut sometimes as customer service. You want to be able to help those customers every step of the way. And by doing that through your Facebook page or parties or your Facebook group or in person, you're going to have a much tighter bond with your customer that they're going to want to keep coming back to you because they've connected with you. So those are just my encouragement and advice for getting started with week 1. Some pretty basic stuff that I hope gives you girls a really good direction for where you need to be headed with this business. We're going to continue on with some other videos that will just dive a little deeper and deeper and deeper into everything and the ins and outs of SeneGence, but I hope that gives you a good direction to get started. So we'll see you girls.